It is a way to get a message out to the public and to the Congress to open their eyes and make sure, let them see that we really do need a health care plan.
Now, this is for both of you. I'm going to go with Kathy first. There are lines in there that talks about our heroes who have fought many wars, but we say specifically Iraq and Afghanistan, but when they come back, they're denied health care. And we're going to talk about how the Marines have been denying health care to fellow Marines and former Marines and their children. So we're going to get into the seriousness later. However, as an American, knowing that your heroes that fought for you and me and fought for this country's freedom, as an American and as Kathy Payer, give me your thoughts on the idea of our heroes being denied access to the important things in life, like health care.
It makes me aggravated. It makes me mad because they were there fighting for our country, for us, and they are being denied the health care they need. And it's not fair. They should get it.
What about the fact that an American citizen civilian doesn't have health care? How do you feel about that? If they don't have access to it?
It makes me mad. It makes me very mad. It makes me angry.
Why does it make you angry?
Because it's not fair that they don't have the health care plan and have the health care that they need.
Right. But why isn't it fair? Why should we pay for it? Why should the government pay for it?
Well, because it's the government's job to pay for it. They put money into it. Why can't they have it?
That's a good question. They put money into it. Why can't they have it? Well, Congress, I think Kathy Payer just had a good question for you, Congress. But, you know, of course, we have other calls coming in. We're going to get to that. But, Annette, how do you feel about the American people and our heroes being denied the health care that would save their life? How do you feel about that?
I think it's sad.
Why is it sad?
Because it's disgusting. I mean, our heroes put their lives on the line every day, and then when they come back, they're treated like that from the service. And civilians need the health care as well, and I just think Congress needs to get their act together and really get this health care bill passed.
Okay. So I'm going to put you on the spot, Annette. I'm putting you on the spot. You ready?
What?
You say you think that Congress needs to get the health care bill passed.
Yes.
What are you going to do about it to get them to pass it? Are you going to do anything?
Yes, I did something. I joined in the song.
Okay.
And I appear on the show, and I try.
You might want to look at the camera, Annette.
I'm
the
sorry.
red low light. That's all right.
I appear on the show every month with different ideas.
Do you do anything when you're not on the show that would help?
Yes, every month we come up with new ideas to get this bill passed, and that was one refreshing and different way to get the message across to them.
Well, I have a little surprise to tell the audience. Kathy Payer over here to the left never sang before, at least not on TV. And yes, it was an old drunken song. Yes, it was from What Would You Do with a Drunken Sailor? And there's a reason why we're doing these things. Boxing when we really don't know how to box. Singing when we all kind of sound like dogs in heat or something. I don't know. Guess what, America? We're going to continue in Pittsburgh. We're going to continue to come up with new ideas. In fact, next month we'll have a new way to get the message across about the health care bill. It's going to happen. We already have a plan. So get ready for it. We're going to do whatever we need to do and for as long as we need to do it. But there's something you don't know about Kathy Payer. You don't know that when we're not on the show, she's actually called 1-202-225-3121. She's actually spoke to the staffs of Bob Casey, Senator, Arlen Specter, Senator, Michael Doyle, Representative. You see, we can talk about what is wrong with our nation, America. What we need to do is change it. But we do have two calls. We're going to get to them. But not before I do something very important. I want to tell you that I had a great Thanksgiving. One of the reasons was on Thanksgiving Day, I met Kurt Wagner, a gentleman who watches the show, a fan or a viewer. I met Kurt Wagner. I met Kurt Wagner's son. And I also met Kurt Wagner's father, a living World War II veteran, a living World War II hero. And I don't know if Kurt's watching tonight. If he is, I'd like him to call in. But if he isn't, I hope someone who is will tell him. Kurt Wagner, yeah, his father is a hero. It's directly related, and because of him, that all of us are alive, and we have a semblance of freedom. He fought, along with millions, to end the dictatorship and terroristic acts of Adolf Hitler. He says, as most veterans will say, they were just doing their duty. No, you are a hero, my friend. You're a hero because if it were not for you, there would not be a free nation. And millions more would have died. You are a hero. It may, in your mind, be you were doing your duty. You're a hero. So now let me just put a challenge out to everyone listening, and I am going to get to those 2 calls very soon. I got a challenge for every American, every Pittsburgher and every American. If Kurt's father can put his life on the line and have every second of the day risk of being killed by the Nazis or whatever enemy out there, if he could go through heck, and we know what I'm really saying, 24 hours a day, even when he goes to the bathroom or eats a dinner, if he can go through that and suffer that serious stress and fear, he can do that. Well, this is something I want every American to do. I want you to quit giving me excuses. I want you to go to Senate.gov. And when you get there, look up your senators for your state if you're not in Pennsylvania. Not only do I want you to look at their names, get their addresses, and contact them, look at how they voted on certain bills. And if they're not doing right, come in 2010, 12, and whatever, don't vote for them again. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. Don't vote for them. But get to Senate.gov and get to thepetitionsite.com. Get to House.gov. If his father and our heroes could fight and die and fight and live for your freedom and my freedom and Kathy and Annette's freedom, then we can get to that website. And yes, it is the right thing to do to pass this health care bill. Whether you think it's going to cost too much or any other excuse, it's the right thing to do. We're going to pass this bill this year or next year, but we are going to fight to get it legally, fight until we get it passed. And let me tell you something. If the health care bill that's passed isn't a good health care bill, we're still going to pass it. And then we're going to petition and continue to petition the Senate and the House to fix it, to reform it until it is right, until it does benefit every American. But let me tell you something. To not pass this bill, to allow the Senate or Joe Lieberman to block passage of this bill, or any Democrat or any Republican, to allow any of them to block this passage of this bill, it will mean that somebody will die and that many will die. That's what it means. It means a lot more, but it means the life and death of millions of our fellow Americans. So yeah, it may cost us money. I'm not saying it is, but it might. It may not be something you're in favor of, but it's about life and death. So come on, this Christmas, give me a Christmas present, America. Give me a Christmas present. Every one of you, I want a Christmas present from you this year. And every senator, I want a Christmas present from you this year. Every representative, I want a Christmas present from you this year. So you're to give Albert Torcaso in America a Christmas present that will last for an eternity. That's the present I want. You know what I want for Christmas, America? I want a health care bill passed with a public option. I want a health care bill passed this year. That's what I want for Christmas. I don't care if I get any other present.